Welcome to where sparks fly, engines roar, and explosions rewrite the laws of chaos. This is the ultimate battlefield of fire, steel, and unstoppable power. Hold your breath. The blast zone begins now. Welcome to Saw Masters. A large fire broke out beside the road, right at the forest edge. Bright flames spread quickly through dry grass and trees, with thick black smoke billowing high. Strong winds fanned the fierce flames, creating a chaotic and dangerous scene that frightened. Before us, a chain of explosions erupts in rapid succession, each blast thundering through the air with terrifying force. In an instant, everything nearby is obliterated. Debris flies in all directions, the ground trembles beneath the impact. Thick smoke and dust rise into the sky, blanketing the area in a choking haze, turning the scene into a wasteland of destruction and disbelief. Aerial footage captures the terrifying moment a massive blaze erupts, spewing hundreds of fiery sparks into the air like a storm of glowing embers. A strong gust from below appears to fuel the flames, propelling them high into the sky. The entire scene is both mesmerizing and horrifying, as the inferno engulfs the area in a sea of red-hot fire. Flames erupted on an upper floor, with thick white smoke billowing into the sky. Scorched debris fell from above, adding to the danger below. Firefighters approached from multiple directions, working urgently to bring the blaze under control.
Eric, repeat that.
Dozens of homes were forced to evacuate in Utah as a massive wildfire spread rapidly across the region. The landscape glowed in an intense, fiery red, consumed by the searing heat of the flames. Towering plumes of smoke filled the sky as the fire devoured everything in its path. Residents fled in haste, leaving behind a scene that looked like something out of the apocalypse. An explosion was captured from a distance, yet the thunderous sound revealed its immense power. Moments later, thick black smoke rose in dense plumes, blanketing a portion of the sky. Even from afar, the intensity of the blast was undeniable and deeply unsettling for those who witnessed it. It appears this was an explosion caused by a severe accident. The deafening blast sent shockwaves through the neighborhood, triggering a wave of panic as people fled in terror. Thick white smoke billowed upward, forming a towering plume that pierced the sky, evidence that the explosion was anything but minor. Even from a distance, the scene resembled a battlefield erupting in the midst of the city.
No sé, pegó con las otras personas. Mi auto está ahí. Mi auto estaba ahí. Sí. Y todo lo de la bodega. Y mi computador. Y todo lo que trasladamos no se oye.
A terrifying scene amid the wildfire inferno. As the hashtag #ParkFire rages through California, a home becomes engulfed in
Господи, Господи, что случилось? Ой, блядь, да скорее же вы, Господи. Марина, я это снимала, представляешь?
Massive explosion rocks the area. In Primorsky Krai, Russia, a major fire broke out, quickly followed by a powerful explosion that shook the surroundings. Thick black smoke billowed into the sky as the flames continued to rage. The cause is still unknown, but the intensity of the incident sent residents fleeing in panic.
Да что, блядь, он там накопил, блядь, ёпа мать, блядь. Чокнется, а? Ой, так тетя Полина-то лазит, как бахнет, блядь, там на нее лазит. Пошла, блядь, а? Еще одна, ага.
Миша,
да поубирайте вы машины, да ёлки-палки.
Убирайте, тетя Галя, отойдите, убирайте.
Убирайте машину, вы чё?
Чья вот эта машина, убрать? Тетя Галь.
Чего они не забирают бабушку-то, а? Она ж там.
Там уже к вашему гаражу.
আগুন ধরে গেছে দেখো এই সাইডটা দেখো এই দেখো দেখো
A massive explosion suddenly occurred on the banks of the Ganges River in Nahati, shaking the entire area. The thunderous blast shattered the river's calm, with flames and thick smoke rising violently into the air, sending nearby residents fleeing in fear. The scene turned chaotic, and the cause of the explosion is still under investigation. Massive house fire erupts in upscale Summerlin. Just minutes ago, a large home in Summerlin suddenly went up in flames, with fire spreading rapidly across the roof and structure. Thick black smoke billowed into the sky, visible from several blocks away. Nearby residents rushed to evacuate, as multiple fire engines arrived on scene to battle the blaze. It was a dramatic day at the grain dryer facility. A serious incident triggered a fire that broke out on the roof of the dryer, sending flames shooting into the air. Fortunately, no injuries have been reported, but significant damage to the plant is unavoidable. As of now, the fire continues to smolder, with thick smoke still rising while emergency crews work to contain the situation.
Hey, Jason, swing left!
Something suddenly exploded with immense force, shattering everything around it in an instant. The deafening blast tore through the air, sending debris flying in all directions and today, following a traffic accident, a car caught fire fiercely, with thick black smoke obscuring visibility. Firefighters quickly arrived, promptly extinguishing the flames, and are now cleaning up the scene, dealing with the aftermath of the fire. The explosion struck without warning, erupting like thunder as flames shot skyward through thick, choking black smoke. The blast was so powerful that debris was hurled violently in all directions, a clear sign of the devastating force behind the detonation. The car was engulfed in flames and suddenly exploded. Surprisingly, the woman nearby seemed rather intrigued as she watched the dramatic scene unfold.
Ну, я дернулась.
This is the terrifying scene when a powerful lightning strike hits an electric fence, unleashing a deafening explosion that shakes the surrounding air like thunder. The explosive roar sends waves of panic through a flock of animals, who scatter wildly, screaming in sheer terror. Sparks and smoke erupt from the impact point, turning the area into a chaotic and dangerous spectacle. For a brief moment, everything freezes, then chaos and fear spread rapidly across the scene. A quiet afternoon in Parlier turned into a scene of fire and fear. Out of nowhere, flames erupted in a residential neighborhood, consuming trees in a matter of seconds. Leaves ignited like firecrackers under the summer sun. The blaze quickly spread to the roof and porch of a nearby home. Thick columns of black smoke rose skyward, visible from blocks away. The crackling of fire echoed as terrified residents fled their homes, clutching belongings and hope. Firefighters arrived swiftly, battling the flames amid suffocating heat and smoke. This wasn't just a fire, it was a fight for survival, a split-second shift from calm to chaos. Branches fell, roofing collapsed, and an entire street stood frozen under falling ash. Fortunately, no injuries were reported, but the haunting image of a home nearly lost will stay with this community for a long time.
Del otro lado de la calle, ahorita anywhere inside the house? Ah, okay. Okay. Estoy acá. Acá atrás. Estoy en la carretera, güey, acá.
Get the people back. We'll get back this way.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh shit! We have to get out of here!
At Atlantic City Airport, a plane taking off suddenly suffers a bird strike. In seconds, flames erupt from the wing, trailing thick black smoke. The pilot aborts takeoff and brakes hard. Panic spreads on board, but thankfully, all passengers are safely evacuated. A high-risk moment unfolding in seconds, a reminder of how thin the line is between disaster and miracle.
Come here, pup. Get that dog. Come here. Come here, puppy. Get the dog. Get the dog.
Oh my God! It's on
Terror in
fire.
the skies. An Atlas Air military transport plane suddenly burst into flames, with fire engulfing its fuselage and engines. The dramatic scene was captured by a nearby civilian, showing intense flames and thick smoke against a darkened sky.
Oh. No, it's still doing it. It's still doing it.
The house was engulfed in flames, fiery tongues consuming its walls. Suddenly, a loud explosion shattered the air, blowing off the roof as fire and smoke swallowed the surrounding area. Police and firefighters fought desperately to contain the raging blaze, trying to prevent further devastation.
I fucking told them. I fucking told you guys.
I yelled at them too, man.
The man tried kicking a smoking washer-dryer, and it suddenly exploded. A reckless and foolish act. Flames are raging fiercely, thick smoke swirling into the air. Two brave firefighters rush to the scene, struggling to contain the blaze before it grows furious and devours everything in its path. A massive bolt of lightning struck the Maca clock tower, creating a breathtaking and terrifying spectacle. Blinding streaks tore through the night sky like fiery blades, followed by thunder that rumbled and echoed for seconds, as if the heavens themselves were roaring. The city held its breath, gripped by the sheer force of nature's fury. The Toyota Prado caught fire after the accident, severely damaged and billowing thick smoke. Panic and screams filled the air as bystanders looked on in fear.
Land Cruiser Prado, come on.
The vehicle, due to an unexpected malfunction, caught fire and suddenly exploded, causing the flames to surge violently. As a result, the car was severely damaged and almost completely burned to ashes. A patch of dry grass caught fire, with strong winds spreading the flames rapidly, threatening nearby areas if not contained in time. Though filmed from a distance, the fire reveals a severity that cannot be ignored. Thick white-gray smoke billows relentlessly into the sky, forming a dense, smothering curtain that blankets the area above. Strong winds carry the smoke outward, reducing visibility and choking the air. Flickers of red flames are still visible through the haze, glowing ominously. Thick plumes of smoke rise relentlessly from the heart of the fire, rolling like ghostly white waves that stretch across the sky. The air grows heavy. Visibility fades as the dense smoke blots out the sunlight. The scene is blanketed in tension and dread, a haunting reminder of the fire's destructive power. Even as the fire subsides, faint flashes continue to erupt from within, small, crackling bursts like leftover fireworks in the aftermath. These lingering sparks are strange and unsettling, a subtle warning that the danger may not yet be over.
Yeah.
Massive fire erupts at street corner. A house is being completely consumed by flames at a street corner, fire raging through the roof and walls. Thick black smoke billows into the sky, darkening the scene. Panicked residents gather nearby, some filming the terrifying blaze as it unfolds before their eyes. A vehicle transporting oxygen tanks suddenly caught fire in the middle of the street, triggering a series of violent explosions that shook the entire area. The flames erupted with intense force, engulfing the truck within moments. Thick black smoke billowed high into the sky, blanketing the road and drastically reducing visibility. Surrounding homes and vehicles are at serious risk as the fire threatens to spread. The scene descended into chaos, with sirens wailing and emergency crews rushing to contain the inferno before it causes further destruction. Thick black smoke billowed high into the sky, carried by strong winds for over 100 meters, blanketing a vast area. The scene was both suffocating and haunting, reflecting the sheer intensity of the blaze. A small flame sparked a big explosion, but luckily, no damage occurred. A massive explosion has just occurred, triggering a devastating blaze that has caused numerous casualties and sent shockwaves through the area. The fire spread rapidly, engulfing everything in a raging inferno. Towering plumes of thick black smoke are rising hundreds of meters into the air, choking the skies and drastically reducing visibility. Amid the chaos, firefighters are risking their lives, attacking the flames from multiple angles with high-powered water cannons. Sirens wail, screams echo, and the roar of fire fills the air, a harrowing scene reminiscent of a battlefield. An ammunition depot was hit by a series of intense secondary attacks, triggering massive fires and multiple violent explosions. The area shook under the force of the blast as flames engulfed the facility, sending thick black smoke billowing into the air. The destruction was extensive, leaving the entire site in chaos and devastation.
На Киржач закрыли дорогу.
Дальше, буквально километра полтора-два. О, смотри, 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 идет сюда. Офигеть, сейчас.
The explosion lit up the sky in an instant, casting a blinding flash across the night. Even from hundreds of meters away, the deafening blast echoed powerfully through the air. Flames erupted violently, followed by thick black smoke billowing straight into the sky, a haunting and dangerous spectacle.
Я думаю, что пора, парни,
A neighbor managed to capture the stunning moment lightning struck a tree with incredible force. In a flash, a blinding bolt lit up the sky, followed by a deafening crack that shook the surroundings.
That was a good one.
A massive explosion occurred right on the street, shaking the entire area and bringing traffic to a complete standstill. Thick black smoke billowed into the sky, engulfing the surrounding area. In response, numerous police vehicles and fire trucks rushed to the scene, quickly sealing off the area and launching rescue and firefighting operations. The atmosphere turned tense and chaotic, leaving nearby residents in a state of shock and fear. On a quiet afternoon, chaos strikes without warning. A car crashes straight into a residential home. Seconds later, boom, a massive explosion rips through the scene, flames erupting into the sky. At an EV charging station, a car suddenly bursts into flames while plugged in. The fire spreads with terrifying speed, engulfing two nearby vehicles in seconds. Intense flames and thick black smoke fill the area, forcing bystanders to flee in panic. The situation escalates within moments, highlighting the unpredictable danger of electric-related explosions. A convertible car suddenly burst into flames right on a busy street. The fire surged fiercely, engulfing the front of the vehicle, while thick black smoke spiraled upward, darkening the sky above. The car appeared to have suffered severe destruction. Sparks and flames erupted like a furious inferno. Thankfully, firefighters arrived swiftly on the scene. They wasted no time deploying hoses, battling the raging blaze. Within minutes, the fire was brought under control, though the damage was already devastating.